And yeah, she looks like the kind of chick I would expect to see at a beer garden, like with a heaving bosom and trying to carry like 6 giant mugs of beer.
Okay, you got me interested. What's this game about? What's going on here?
I don't know. We're not going to talk about what the game's about. I don't have a clue. But Mr. Robot. All right, welcome to the night shift, Mr. Brickhouse. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How's everybody in the audience doing today?
They don't look good. They look tired.
Good.
I
Story of my life.
So, I wanted to talk about the big news, the huge news that's capturing everyone's attention. It's not war. It's not politics. It is, in fact, girls in games.
Girls in games.
And whether or not you can have hot chicks in games again.
Oh, that's very 2016.
Do you remember those Dead or Alive games that were like volleyball, that were basically like all about jiggle
Those
physics?
games were amazing. They were actually really fun.
I don't think I ever played them, but I absolutely used to walk by them. I'm old. I used to go to arcades. And I remember seeing them in arcades and just thinking, God damn. And I would just sit and watch other people play it and just be amazed and entertained. So from my point of view, successful game.
Yeah, my
them,
buddy had it on Xbox.
Them.
We played it all the time after school. Because you got like 4 players and whatnot. I think it was 4 players. I don't remember how many players.
I have heard that they were like a legit.
It was really, really fun.
Yeah, I've heard that they were like a legit like volleyball or whatever the sport was. I think it was volleyball. But yeah, I have heard that they actually were a pretty good game. But that to me is like the heyday of having omega attractive women in games. And then I know recently they had some like Dark Souls style game where the main character was like super hot, and that was like a big kind of hurrah. People talked about it in the news, but I never actually played that game. I didn't have time. But that was kind of like the resurgence. I thought like, oh, Dead or Alive is coming back. Like they're starting to just cater to the male audience again. And then Marvel Rivals sort of did it, and that like kind of was the resurgence time. And it appears that we're back.
Oh, we're so back
now. We don't have to keep.
We're so back. No. We learned from the 2010s that forcing a bunch of ugly ass people into game, it just doesn't work. Who the hell wants to play that? Who wants to be some butt fucking ugly self-insert that violates my eyes and not in the good way? Pisses me off. I'm already upset just thinking about it.
I don't think women want to play that, and women, aren't the main audience for games anyway. I guess maybe they were trying with that, but like if I were to play a game, I don't want to play some guy that's out of shape, old, looks like me, has busted teeth.
Unless
like that doesn't do anything for me.
Unless there's a specific purpose. Like maybe you're playing an old guy who's an old drunken master and you got to beat the shit out of everybody around you in the street.
Sure.
Against Mormons or something, See, that sounds like a fun game.
Well, to me,
or whatever.
There's actually a game called Sifu that's kind of like that. It is a fucking crazy good game.
There you go.
But, for me, it's not like I don't care about seeing myself. I don't need to be represented in the game. I just want the game to have a character that fits the game and is fun for the game. Like when I played Mega Man as a kid, I wasn't like, this sucks. I'm not a robot. Like I don't want a robot. Like no one thought about that. They were just like, Mega Man, he's got a blaster on his arm. That's it. That's the game. And so this whole weird take from the 2010s till I don't know a couple years ago, when everyone was trying to make like realistic, overweight, like unattractive people.
Well, that's not even realistic, right? Like you always, honestly, with most of those instances, it always boiled down to one of the, folks working on it in the development team was some rancid chick who was like, it's clear she inserted herself into that character or that story, right. or even not just picking on people of calories here. There was like a Devil May Cry that was made by an American studio. This was many years ago, and they completely changed the main character's look and everything. And then when you look at the main guy who was developing it, like who's head of like the fucking studio or whatever, it was just his self-insert. He was just like, no, I want to be the Dante guy. And
I lost your audio there.
Yeah. It was the head of the studio inserted himself.
Wow. You know what? That kind of sounds like something the Borderlands guy would do. I don't know if you're familiar with Randy Pitchford from Borderlands, but I feel like that's exactly the sort of thing he would do, which is just cringe as fuck. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants to see it. God, it's so embarrassing. All right, but let's go to the topic of the day here. Randy, put it up. We're going to talk about Knight's Path, a game I had never, ever heard of. I had no idea this game existed or was being developed. I don't know anything about it, except that now I want to buy it. Because Knight's Path said, introducing Emily, I don't even know how to pronounce that name, one of the female characters you can form a romantic relationship with in the game. And yeah, she looks like the kind of chick I would expect to see at a beer garden, you know, like with a heaving bosom and trying to carry like 6 giant mugs of beer.
Okay, you got me interested. What's this game about? What's going on here?
I don't know. We're not going to talk about what the game's about. I don't have a clue. But Mr. Robot Man, who is a she/him, smash the patriarchy one tweet at a time, intersectional feminist, anti-capitalist, mom to 3 cats, hex your ex, anti-theist. Okay, now I'm starting to think this is a troll account. But they said, I hope you'll have some LGBTQ representation in the game. And the developers or the people who run the account posted, we care about gaming and fun, not modern agendas. And that has 6.5 million views, more views than their original post about the girl or whatever. And I'm assuming all the views are because of this fight that they kicked off with all the other commenters on X. But do you remember X before Elon bought it, when Jack Dorsey owned it?
Oh, no, none of this would be happening on there. You couldn't have conversations like this. You couldn't have comments like that.
Yeah.
Would have never happened.
This would have been obliterated, and there would have been the screeching of people like about my safe spaces invaded, and this triggered me, and blah, 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 and they would have nuked all of this. But thank God, somebody who just does not give a fuck now owns the platform. It can just run wild. So we get people who are like, games don't need that. And then this dude just got not having it. Fat sack not having it. And, does this actually, will this play? No. But yeah, I thought some of the replies were pretty funny, especially this one by Chakra69, who says, as a gay person myself, which I find that funny. Whenever people do that on the internet, I just assume they're lying. But I like that it gives you that like moment of fake credibility. Look, I'm gay too, and I still think this.
I have a lot of experience.
Please stop this madness. Yeah, the whole idea of like, why do we have to have gay in games necessarily? Like, especially if it's a game about like the 1600s or whatever. Like, the gay experience would be like being burned at the stake, right? Like, or being banned from the church. There's no like positive gay experience that happened in a historical setting. So I guess if you're making a game about 2020's downtown LA, then yeah, like it should be super gay. Grand Theft Auto would have a bunch of gay people in it, I assume. But I feel like that makes sense, and it doesn't like take away from the whole game. But when you have something that's supposed to be like the Crusades or something like that, why would there be like a secret gay theme when that would never have existed back then? If anyone thought they were gay, they'd have gone and like whipped themselves or something and tried to purge the spirit out of them. Or I assume I that's also based on movies, so who knows what the actual is. But
I'm assuming this is like what, like a Kingdom Come Deliverance type of game.
You know what? Let's
kind of at least investigate a little bit here, because that's what that's the vibe I'm getting here. It's Kingdom Come Deliverance, which made a great first game. Then everybody got all pissed off because in the second game they have you have the gay experience, if you will, right? You can romance dudes, you get cucked by dudes. There's some black dude in there.
Oh,
apparently.
Is that why people complain about the second one?
Yeah, there's some black dude apparently in there who just lectures you about like how dirty and disgusting Europeans are and how Islam is super awesome. And I don't know. I mean, apparently I never played the game, so I don't know. I don't even care. I just didn't buy it. which I think that's what I think anybody should do. If you're confronted with a game you don't like or doesn't cater to you, just don't fucking buy it. The end. And I guess this game's coming in trying to pick up that void that Kingdom Come 2 left. I don't know. That's
it does
some
look
fantasy
exactly
elements.
like it.
It seems like, which is pretty awesome.
I guess
that's freaking awesome.
I mean, yeah, everything I just saw there looked pretty good.
I mean,
it looks a lot like Kingdom Come Deliverance, especially these scenes right here where the dude is practicing out in the little courtyard. That is like the exact thing I remember from Kingdom Come 1. I played the first one. I thought it was really good, but I still didn't finish it. Like, I got kind of lost in the sauce of just running around and picking fights with everybody.
Yeah, same here.
Because I thought the fighting mechanism was so fun. You like pull down the visor on your helmet and your view actually gets like limited by it. And then you have this like grunty, sweaty, like steel clanging battle, which that was it for me. I was like, okay, this is the game and that's what I'm going to do now. And I would just go around and just fight everybody and take their swords for no purpose. Like you couldn't even like carry that much. You would be overweight and then your horse couldn't run or whatever. And I can't remember if I ever got like to the story of the game. I vaguely recall like you were like a blacksmith's son, and then later you like were working for a noble or something. I have no idea. And the story just doesn't matter to me. So like if the second game is more of the same, just with different story, I wouldn't even care. Like I wouldn't even pay attention to the story. It wouldn't bother me. They were black people or gay people. But by the same token, if like you said, if that's your thing, you can always just not buy the fucking game.
But it looks like the culture,
but people getting all
like it looks
up.
like the culture war from the 2016 is still well and alive. Which I don't know. I guess I'm so old and out of touch. I didn't realize it still was. But I mean, look at this. All this game that I personally have never heard of before. All they said is like, no, we're not gonna just have dudes bang each other in our game because we just don't feel like adding it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to get a huge fucking wish list going and get your game trending.
All right. So thanks y'all for sitting with us on the night shift. If you love jiggle physics, or if you just want to talk about, your witch coven, or maybe your dog in the afterlife, feel free to reach out to us at mrjacksonpodcast@gmail.com, and we'd love to hear from you. All right. Adios, Mr. Brickhouse.
See ya.
Mr. Jackson.